When the words left their mouths, I didn't flinch. "We're not paying for your college. You don't deserve it." The sentence slid into me like broken glass, sharp and cold, but my face stayed unreadable. Beside me, my twin sister grinned like she'd won some secret competition. They had just promised her everything: tuition, housing, meals, the full ride. For me, nothing. That was the moment it all crystallized. We were never equals. She was their prize. I was their burden. "All right," I said quietly, though inside, something ignited. Growing up, we looked like reflections. Same birthday, same laugh, the same messy scrawl on paper. But personalities split us apart. I was steady, grounded. She thrived on chaos. I stayed in the background. She demanded center stage. And my parents adored her storm. Every ribbon she earned went straight onto the living room wall. Mine ended up tucked into drawers. At family gatherings, her wins were toasted like holy days. Mine barely earned a nod. I told myself it didn't matter. That effort would one day outweigh favoritism. Then came the acceptance letters. Same school. Same program. Same future on paper. But favoritism doesn't fade, it calcifies. They spread the envelopes on the table. My father's tone was smooth, like a line he'd practiced. "We'll pay for hers. Not for you." No explanation. No apology. Just a dismissal. My sister didn't defend me. She leaned back, basking in her unearned crown. That night, I stared at the ceiling, not in tears, but in resolve. If they thought they'd written the end of my story, they hadn't been paying attention. So I went anyway. Loans, scholarships, endless late nights in the library. I picked up tutoring jobs, pulled weekends in the anatomy lab, scraped together rent and books without asking for a single cent from them. Every time exhaustion clawed at me, I replayed their words. "You don't deserve it." 2 years slipped by. My grades eclipsed hers. My circle of mentors and peers grew wider. While she partied, I published research. While she leaned on them, I built myself. And quietly, I built something else too: proof. Bank statements. Records. Receipts. Evidence that the trust fund wasn't just covering her tuition, it was stolen from my share to do it. By my second year, I had a thick folder locked safely off campus, every page in order. When the timing was perfect, I struck. On a cool October evening, I mailed them an envelope. Inside, copies of the statements, legal notes with penalties underlined, and a letter. "You stole my half of the trust. $84,000. You have 2 weeks to return it in full. If not, I'll press charges. The lawyers already have everything. You know what embezzlement means. Fraud. Prison. No signature. I didn't need one. They knew." The phone rang non-stop. My mother sobbed, begging me to drop it. My father raged, spitting words like traitor and ungrateful. My sister stayed silent, her confidence cracking. I ignored them all. 2 weeks later, I stepped into the lawyer's office. They were already there, pale, trembling. My sister stared at the floor. The lawyer slid documents across the table, a repayment agreement. My portion, plus penalties, transferred immediately. Their hands shook as they signed. I didn't feel guilty. I felt balance. The same voices that once told me I wasn't worth an education were now forced to admit, on paper, that everything they stole belonged to me. The money cleared the next morning. My debt vanished. No more night shifts. No more worrying about tuition deadlines. Weeks later, I passed my sister on campus. She couldn't meet my eyes. The shame clung to her like a second skin. My parents don't brag about her anymore. They don't even look at me. They can't. And me. I moved forward, degree in hand, future secure. Not because of them. Because I endured them. The night they said you don't deserve it, they thought they'd broken me. They were wrong. I didn't just reclaim what was mine. I made them choke on their mistake. I was never the afterthought. I was the reckoning.